All right, we are working on section 1.6. This is called factoring by grouping. Some of this you've already seen. We went over this in the last chapter a little bit. We'll be doing it a little bit more in this chapter. So, what they give you first in this chapter is a grouping. We're factoring by groups. So they give you a problem like x cubed, that's a cubed, plus 4x squared plus 4x plus 16. Now, this is not a trinomial where you have four. This is a different one. It's a polynomial, meaning many. So it can be four, five, or six, whatever like that. So to solve this, we need to write it in the first step. It's to arrange these by descending order. Now, this one's already arranged. You see, it has a 3, 2, and 1. And we're talking about descending order by exponents. So it's already done. It has the highest first, 3, 2, and 1. Next thing we need to do is group the first two terms by parentheses here and here, and then group the last two terms by parentheses here and here. Now, all we need to do is work kind of like we were working homework last night. Factor out the common term from each binomial. These are binomials because there's only two of each. So we know in this one, the common, the greatest common factor in this one is an x squared because there's no numbers that can come out. So it's only x squared. So x squared. So I pull x squared out of x third. That gives me an x plus, and the x squared gets removed, 4. Plus, and then we write our different one, this one. Now, I see that we have a 4 and a 16. I know 4 goes into 16. So if we pull the 4 out, and we write the x plus, and 4 going to 16, 4 times. Now, this you should recognize this pattern. And what we're going to do next is write our common factors here. X plus 4, and then we have x squared plus 4. So that is your factor after it's factored out. All right. So the second grouping is positive, and we knew it was positive here because there was no negative sign. So let's look at another one. Maybe I'll just do it right here. X cubed, that's a 3, trust me, minus 4x minus 4x squared and plus 16. Now notice we are not in descending order. What we need to do is make it into descending order. So the first one's already in the right place. Let's write it as x cubed. The next one that should be there is a 2. So we're at minus 4x squared. And this is the next one. So we're carrying the signs with them. Minus 4x plus 16. Now, the grouping will not work unless you put it in descending order. Remember that. Let's group these. Now this is a negative 4x. We group it by saying here like this, but this is a plus sign in the middle. We keep that negative with the term. We pull out what's common. So in this instance, this is just x squared. And this will end up being x minus 4. And in this one, this will just be okay, so we have a negative sign. We need to pull out the negative 4. So that makes that x plus 4. Does it? If we pulled out a negative, what did I do wrong here? I should have made this one negative also. This would have been negative. Because I pull out a negative, it makes this one negative. Makes this one positive, makes this one negative. Now, to finish this up, we do the same thing we've been doing. X minus 4 from these two, and then x squared minus 4 for that one. And that could be your final answer. You can write this as x minus 4 because of this squared here. You can say x minus 2 and x plus 2. And I think there's a formula in a couple of chapters ago that would show you how to do that. I'll accept either one of these because I understand that you did the work correctly once you get to this point. Now we're going to get into grouping trinomials. This is more what you was doing on last night's homework because we changed it to grouping because it seems like an easier method of factoring trinomials. Let's start out with an example. We have x squared plus 9x plus 18. So in order to factor this, we understand there's a 1 here. So 1 times, we do the product of these two. So 1 times 18 is just 18. And now we want to try to find the two numbers that can create 9 plus 9. So if we start with 1, we know that that's not going to work. If we start with 2, so what is, tell me what that one is. I guess you can't tell me. I'm not really there. All right. Well, anyway, it is a 9. Did that get us 9? I don't seem to get us 9 either. So what gets us 9? So we keep going, right? We write a 3 down, and I believe that's a 6. Now 6 plus 3 is 9. So I believe we found our set. So let's write this out. X squared. Go ahead and write our parentheses. Last term goes here. And then our other terms go here. 3 and 6. And all this is plus. Now, factor out our like terms. Oh, You know what I didn't do? I did not add the x to either one of these. 3x and 6x. Now, factor out like terms. This one is just x. So we're left with x plus 3. And this one, excuse me, is probably what you think. 3, 6. Let's say 6. 6. Oh, x plus 3. Now we have our two like terms. And we'll write those down. And we'll have x plus 6 as our last one. That came from this x and this 6. Okay. All right. Create a new string. Another example is this 2x squared. So we actually have a number on the leading coefficient. And we have negative minus 7x minus 4. So 2 times 4 is 8. And we're doing the product of these two. And that's 8. We need to find something that can get us 7. Well, there's 1 and 8. Well, 8 minus 1 could be 7. So which one needs to be negative? It's a negative 7. I would say that 8. So that's our numbers. Let's just write it down. 2x squared. And then negative 4 for our last coefficient. The first one is just x, and it's positive. Oh, I'll put the negative so far over there. It's minus. And the last one is negative 8x. So let's pull out the common, or the greatest common, of each one of these. This one would just be x. So x here. And we're left with 2x plus 1. This one should be 4. Should it be negative 4? Or should it just be 4? I would say if you pull out this, you carry its you carry the sign with it. So what you're doing is pulling out 4. Negative 4, that is. And this makes this positive 2x plus 1 because we pulled out the negative. So we have two likes. So we'll write those down. 2x plus 1. And we'll have the x minus 4. And this x is from here, and this negative 4 is from here. Yes. Now let's check it just to make sure. Want to do that? I'm sure you are really looking forward to checking it. So let's do that. So using the FOIL method, we have 2x times x, which is 2x squared. We have 2x times negative 4, which is negative 8x. And then we do the inner, which is just plus x. And then this one would be minus 4. So simplifying this would be 2x squared minus 7x minus 4. Because this negative 8x plus x makes it a negative 7x. So it checks out. did it correctly. For homework, there are a few problems. I want you to do just 1 through 16 blue. That's your homework. And good luck.